Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. Uh, Good evening, Rajiv sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. So everyone, as the calls keep pouring in, we have requested Rajiv sir to share some insights on, and put together his experience of 20 years, more than 20 years into this 1 hour session. So Rajiv sir, just giving you background, everyone knows about him. But for someone who does not know about him, he has been guiding students. And what we're trying to achieve today is that we're trying to get what he's known from his 20, 25 years of experience. The way, the colleges have been asking questions, what are these GDPI and VAT rounds and essay writing rounds? What is his understanding? How has he been guiding students to clear these rounds, put their best foot forward, uh, put an impression, create an impression in those 15 minutes and get through the B school. Okay, so welcome, Rajiv sir. But
Thank you.
before I pass it on to you, I'll just take a couple of minutes and want to
Yes,
set the tone for today's session.
right, sir.
Right, while there was extensive time available for you to prepare for your written examinations. Obviously, there's limited time which is available to specifically prepare for these rounds. And as me and Rajiv sir were discussing, at the end of the day, be it any round, be it group discussion, personal interview, writing assessment, case study, anything, what they're trying to do is they're trying to understand you, whether you gel with the experience, with the kind of student which they want in the B school. And one thing we both came to a culmination was obviously that anyone who's trying to outsmart the panel is not going to get through these rounds. What actually matters is the content and the quality of the way you've handled different situations, right? So that's very important. Another thing which I like to put across is that when you were writing an examination, you were competing with all kinds of students. And as I said this in my personal, again, this similar session, which we took a couple of weeks back, that you were a 95 percentiler was also competing with a 50 percentiler or 60 percentiler or a 70 percentiler. But now what has happened is the gap between all the percentiles has minimized. So what I am trying to say here is that this round becomes even more important. Your homework becomes even more important. That if a 94 percentiler is competing with 95 percentiler, trust me, it was all about one question here or there, or one question wrong here or there, right? So both of you are of a similar aptitude. Since both of you are of the similar aptitude, you have to, how can you actually get through these sessions is very important. And Rajiv sir is going to share insights over his experience. And trust me, if you need to listen to him very carefully today to understand. Rajiv sir, over to you. Welcome. Our students are eagerly wanting to listen from you because the kind of experience which you get on this platform today is unparalleled. I think thousands and thousands of students, more than rather, I would say lack of students is what you've guided.
Right.
If you can share the experience, how different students also, came up the curve within a few days and put their best foot across and forward and got to the good B school. So that's very important for the listeners today. Over to you, Rajiv sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And good evening, all of you students. So, rightwise, sir has already mentioned it is very important that you all are now are of same caliber. Those who have been shortlisted and their caliber is same. So we need to define, we need to identify the differentiating factor. The important keyword is differentiating. Out of 20, only one would get the seat here in the B school. So, and these 20 people are of same caliber if we look at the intelligent quotient. IQ wise, you all are same because you already have been shortlisted. So the point is the differentiating factor would be your potential, your soft skills, and your ability to express yourself, present yourself in a way which they actually want to see in you. The kind of potential, kind of traits they want to see in you, it's our moral and constitutional responsibility to highlight them. So this is very important to do our homework, likewise sir has already mentioned, in a very, very proper way, because we are running short of time already. Likewise sir, Deepak sir, this time the B schools are pouring, they are giving dates too early in January, in February. Earlier it used to be in the month of last week of March or first week of April or last week of February, but right now they've started giving slots for interviews and GDs and essay writing. So if I look at broadly, if I look at two colleges, two categories, one IIMS and other non-IIMS but decent colleges, non-CAT colleges, non-IIMS colleges. So there in IIMS, we have got SC writing plus interview, and there we have got GDs and interviews. Interviews common in both the categories, and that SC writing is only for IIMS, and rest somewhere we'll have GD, somewhere we'll have extempore, somewhere we'll have any other test like group test, etc., and SNAP, etc. So point, the ultimate, see guys, the ultimate motive, the ulterior motive. So from now onwards, it is similarly the jump would be given on the second, third, and fourth job. So first, right now, take away that myth out of your mind right now. Your name, your family background, and your kind of status, economic status you have got. Nothing. Only your potential. And the problem is with this round, the challenge that we all have to face is that we'll get only 15 minutes and not 15 minutes. Now look at your preparation and look at the entire journey in a very 2 or 3 lines. So 12 years of schooling, 3 or 4 years of graduation, 12 plus 4, 16, 1 year for CAT preparation, 16 plus 1, 17. Now these 17 years will boil down to 15 minutes. And during these 15 minutes, first 5 minutes are actually important. Let it be GD. Let it be SC writing. You're writing, you picked up your pen and you start typing, or you're using computer, you start typing couple of lines. In SC also, your introduction will matter. Your introduction will motivate, will allure the evaluator to read your essay further, right? So these first 5 minutes are very, very important when it comes to GDs, when it comes to interviews, especially, and essay writing. So first 5 minutes will decide whether you are in or out, because 1 out of 20 will get the seat, and you all are of same caliber. And the ultimate purpose is not to check your appearance or not to check your outlooks. The purpose is to check what is here inside the upper mala. Upar wale male mein kya hai? That is our personality. 99.99% is thought process is our personality, and they want to check the suitability of your potential vis-a-vis B school's requirement. अब देखो, generally students are very tension. They are very tensed when it comes to GDs and interviews and essay writing. They think that they are only in a tension and they have to face this stumbling block, or they have to clear this challenge. But look at the point from college point of view also. After 2 years of grueling time spent on you, the money and the teaching hours spent on you, they also want to show, when the companies, good companies, big corporates, they come to the colleges, they want to present the candidates that, see, these are our results. So ऐसा ना होना कि वहां पे कंपनी का HR आपको IIMS अहमदाबाद को क्या तुमने इस बार का लॉट बनाया. So there is equal tension. They are also equally tense, because your stake is, okay, you'll get admission in this college or in some other college, right? But in case if they select the wrong candidate, they are gone. One seat is gone, and their impression that I'm Ahmedabad or I'm Bangalore, or let's say SP Jain, or talk about any college, they produce kind of candidates which are absolutely marvelous when it comes to fitting them in corporate sector. So tension is on both the sides. So we need to bridge this gap between what they want to see in us and how we have to see. So very important keyword is how we have to present ourselves in just 15 minutes so that they're really impressed and they select you. That's how it goes.
Right. Very true. Because, coming from my MBA and post MBA experience, I would say that a lot of faculties, even till today, after I think it's been more than 15 years I've passed through a B school, even the faculties today are involved with me. They're checking with me, what's happening in the industry. And in turn, we are also mentoring some students within our respective B schools. So, what you said is very important, that the stress is equally on both the sides. They don't want to select the wrong candidate who just waste a seat. They actually want to select the right candidate. Let's be positive. They want to select the right candidate what suits them. So, right, sir. So, sir, how does one go about knowing that the importance now of all these 3 areas? How does one go about? How does one start, or if anyone started, how does one travel this journey, do this journey?
So in most of the colleges, as students are already aware of that, they already have given in their application forms, when they have to fill application after being shortlisted by the college, So there are a couple of questions they have to answer, like why you want to go for this course and any specific instance that shaped your personality, that impacted you a lot, any role model you have in your life, describe briefly about an internship or projects, etc., your extracurricular curricular activities. So they already have, generally they give a couple of questions to the candidates to fill, so that interview will definitely revolve around these questions. So they'll be having that particular performer in front of them while interviewing the candidate. So it's very important to right now, but something is this year everything is going so fast that students are not getting enough time to think about the answer, what to write in various answering the various questions. So generally, whoever is asking, we are just giving this brief generic pointers. Okay, write these 4 or 5 points or SOP in this way, these answers in this way, so that they are compelled to read at least once your answers. So ultimately, the point boils down to 2 very important questions. First of all, they should be very clear about why they want to go for MBA, this course, and at what point of time they thought of doing MBA. Generally, engineers, the real reason, honest reason, is that they do want to switch over to, they want to move away from technical field. They don't like engineering, they don't want core line, they don't want to get into technical line, because no core companies coming to their colleges. And same goes for BCom, BSc and other B Pharmacy, agricultural sciences students, etc. So they all want to move away. You need to take away, and this kind of guilt in their mind that whatever we have studied till now is not going to benefit us in corporate sector or during MBA, etc. Just keep this in mind, that whoever you are right now, personality wise, your thought process wise, personality wise, it is all because of your school teacher, schooling, parenting, and your 4 years of college studies, 3 years of college study. So we cannot ignore these 16 years just because you do not like this stuff. And please do not mention this. It should not be the case that in the interview they just get a smell of that you don't like this field which you are in. So we need to present the current field also in a way that you have learned a lot from this, and now you're preparing yourself for next move, that is your corporate sector and the management positions, leadership positions. So anyone can enter the corporate sector with current degree also, let it be engineering or BCom, BSc, etc., but they'll not be given offer any opportunity to helm the ship or leadership position or management position. They can have front desk offices or customer relation management, etc., marketing a little bit, etc., but they'll not be given any opportunity to lead the team. And this certification is given by these colleges after 2 years of training in these colleges, what is called MBA. So 2 questions are very important. Your introduction. And introduction is not conventional introduction they'll be seeking. You already have given the stuff, your name, your college, your parents' name, and your date of birth, and your city you belong to, etc. They're not interested in this Kaun Banega Crorepati kind of show. Okay, what is your name? Sir, give me 4 options. Aisa bhi hota hai na? Sir, give me 4 options. So the 4 options are Rakesh, Sanjay, Lalit, and Suman. Okay, sir, my name is Suman. 4th option. So ज्यादातर लोगों को होता है कि that interviews kind of कौन बनेगा करोड़पति show, and sometimes some students even think that they'll be carrying AK-47 weapon with them, and if you're not able to answer any question correctly, you'll get a shot here, point blank range. They consider panel to be execution squad. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. They just want to check out of 20 seats would be given to 1, so they want to pick up the best one, and those who are very well suited for this sector. And the second side of this corporate sector is stress. Most of the students are looking at the starting salary offered by the colleges. And colleges are also very shrewd and cunning and clever. At the same time, they'll average package offer this and this. But students at this age, 20, 21 years of age, they're not aware of the kind of stress that you have to face in corporate sector, because you have to earn a lot of huge amount of money for the company, and then you will get your package, what we call package or salary, let it be 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs or 1 crores per annum, etc. But you have to 10 times, 20 times you have to earn for your company, and you'll get 1%, 10% share out of that. So you need to earn your salary yourself. It is not that company will help you. You have to earn your salary. This they will come to know after 3 or 4 years of corporate life. So point is potential. So introduction and why MBA. And why MBA should not revolve around that, sir, I want to go for this course because one of my cousins did this course from this college and now he's well settled. Now he's in America. He has his private island chartered planes, and his account balance is this and this. So these are stupid answers. They'll not buy these arguments. So why MBA should be clear cut specific objective that during second year, third year, or while interacting, and you searched your potential, you introspected your potential, and you found yourself inclined toward this line. You made up your mind that you want to get into the corporate sector. But at the present, if I look at my present qualification, there's a huge gap between what is required and what I know. And the platform is called college and the curriculum is called MBA. So I need to learn a lot to become effective business leader or manager. So it's very important why MBA wala answer should be clear cut, very objective, specific. There should not be here and there kind of answer, and it should revolve around what kind of and to frame this answer, you should have this homework in your mind what exactly they will be looking in the candidate. For example, 3 or 4 things are pretty common. ट्रेड्स की बात नहीं करेंगे हम लोग, हम करते हैं पोटेंशियल, रॉ मटेरियल. वो रॉ मटेरियल को देखते हैं कि दैट इफ द रॉ मटेरियल हैज गॉट पोटेंशियल और नॉट, देन वी ट्राई टू प्रिपेयर द डिश, राइट? सो लीडरशिप ट्रेड्स, लीडरशिप पोटेंशियल, adaptability, keen learner, academic commitment quotient, dedication, and your team abilities, and ultimately your behavior in terms of body language, in terms of communication, in terms of your ability to handle the conflicts. So these 4 or 5 things are there, and what method they adopt, they'll go for conventional interview first. They'll start with very conventional questions like introduce yourself, why MBA, so describe your journey in the college, what you used to do other than studies in your college. So as soon as they realize that candidate has got great potential and we don't want to miss this candidate, then they'll start firing stress, they'll start create the ground for stress interview. So stress interview aapka start ho gaya, that means you have got potential. The last point they want to check in the candidate is on her ability to handle stress. So 2 questions are important. Introduction, what we also call statement of purpose. Statement of purpose actually is a combination of 3 questions: your introduction, why MBA, and about the college. Because last 2-3 lines mein we have to give the ego massage to the college also. They'll be very eager to hear about themselves. But एक सर किस्सा ऐसा हुआ, हम लोग बताते हैं कि दैट कॉलेज की तारीफ करने के लिए यूज 3 or 4 लाइंस. Sir, great infrastructure, great faculty, alumni network, great placement, excellent, everything is excellent. So FMS में चल रहा था सर ये इंटरव्यू, और FMS वाला जो इंटरव्यू ले रहा था बोल यार 20-25 साल मुझे इस कॉलेज में हो गए, मुझे तो आज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में अच्छा दिखा नहीं, तेरे को ऐसा कहाँ संगमरमर के पत्थर दिख गए हमारे कॉलेज में. अब मैंने बोला यार कस्टमाइज तो करना था ना आंसर उसमें. यू आर पेस्टिंग द सेम लाइन एवरीवेयर, यू नीड टू कस्टमाइज एज पर द इंस्टीट्यूट यू आर अपेयरिंग फॉर. be it अहमदाबाद और बैंगलोर और कैलकाटा, कोझिकोड, FMS दिल्ली, SPGN, कौन सा MDI, IMT गाजियाबाद, एग्जैक्टली उसके बारे में थोड़ा तो बोलो ना, सारे एक जैसे नहीं हो सकते हैं. सो फर्स्ट इंट्रोडक्शन शुड बी कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ योर 3-4 लाइन्स. देन the body paragraph, what we call an introduction, would be consisting of you need to highlight 3 or 4 traits in you, so that and what exactly they want to. आप खाना बहुत अच्छा बनाते हैं, इससे आपका MBA नहीं होने वाला. आप एक्टर बहुत अच्छे हैं, सिंगर बहुत अच्छे हैं, क्रिकेटर बहुत अच्छे हैं, दिस विल ऐड टू योर रिज्यूमे बट विल नॉट गारंटी दैट यू विल बी सिलेक्टेड बाय द कॉलेज इन स्पाइट ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट यू आर अ नेशनल प्लेयर. तो आपसे सीधा क्वेश्चन काउंटर हो जाएगा, तुम नेशनल प्लेयर हो क्रिकेट की, तुम यहाँ MBA करने क्यों आ रहे हो? सो यू नीड टू प्रेजेंट every trait in a way that you have learned. For example, मैं बोलता हूँ कि I was part of university cricket team, and while playing cricket, I have learned a lot about a couple of things. I have learned a lot. For example, confidence and ability to change the plan during the game, ability to handle conflict, and stamina, and never say die approach. Because during times in certain matches, we were about to lose the match, but somehow one of our players batted well and we were able to win the trophy. Even we were thinking that we will be knocked out of the tournament, but somehow. So this has made me realize that till the last ball is bowled, match is not over. So आपने ये उसे बता दिया during the cricket का example लेके आपने बता दिया कि आपके अंदर ये can handle resources well, you can change the game plan during the game, you do not go by the bookish methods, and you know how to manage the conflicts also. आपने 2-3 चीजें certainly certainly बता दिए उसे. And then apart from studies, I was part of my other areas, let's say any departmental activity, let's say college robotics team, etc. So I mean to say that select 3 to 4 very strong areas from your journey so far and take these as examples to highlight 4 or 5 qualities in you. तो उसका reverse homework हमें पहले करना पड़ेगा. आप पहले लिख लो कि आप क्या दिखाना चाहते हो. That 3 or 4 qualities that you want to show that पढ़ाई में आप अच्छे थे. You got great IQ. So throughout your college life, student life, you got distinction or you were the topper of your class. अब topper से मुझे ये पता लगता है कि that person is very consistent, जो कि prime requirement है, and is very focused and he can pull his socks when time is required, when the challenge would be there. So 3 चीजें आपने बता दी, and throughout the topper, and to maintain our second very important point from this being topper throughout is that it's very easy to achieve first position, but it is very difficult to maintain first throughout your college life or school life. To maintain that position, sustain at that position is very, very challenging, and you were able to sustain yourself throughout. I think you're absolutely marvelous. You're consistent. तो ये एक 4-5 एरियाज रहेंगे इंटरव्यू के अंदर. तो इंटरव्यू के अंदर अगर ब्रॉडली इफ आई लुक एट द डोमेन वाइज, सो अबाउट यू, दैट इज इंट्रोडक्शन एंड व्हाई एमबीए, एंड देन सेकंड इज योर जनरल अवेयरनेस, थर्ड इज योर एकेड्स. अब एकेड्स में सर प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि स्टूडेंट्स का स्कोर तो अच्छा आ रहा है, and 10th class they scored well, 12th class they scored well, engineering they scored well, BSc they are doing fine, BCom they are doing fine, but most of the students are not even aware of the practical application of their even favorite subjects. So make sure guys that you read application also. You have to revise the fundamentals, no doubt, but you need to know the application of your subject in real physical world which we all are part of. So ज्यादातर लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता. उनसे पूछो पॉइजन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कहाँ लगता है, सर मजाक कर रहे हो सुबह सुबह. स्टैट का मैं टॉपर था, बट मुझे ये नहीं पता है कहाँ लगता है. देख लेंगे सर जहां लगेगा. So ऐसा नहीं चलता. तो इंटरव्यू के अंदर 3 prominent areas about you and about your subjects and general awareness. And general awareness में सर जनरल अवेयरनेस में इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ये कि अगेन इट्स नॉट कौन बनेगा करोड़पति शो और क्विज शो. दे नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन लुकिंग एट योर फैक्चुअल नॉलेज तो नेट पे फ्लोट कर रहा है, सभी को पता है, बट वी वांट योर टेक, योर ओपिनियन ऑन डिफरेंट सेंसिटिव मैटर्स. Your take on different sensitive matters. Let it be Ukraine conflict हो गया, let it be dip in US economy हो गया. Because until you give your opinion on different matters, I'll not be able to judge your personality. So I want to scan your personality, आपका thought. अब आप किसको support कर रहे हैं? US economy के reasons. You look at the kind of politics going here in India. What you have to say on Rahul Gandhi Bharat Jodo Yatra. अब आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं? What's your take on this? How it's going to benefit India or not? So we want your opinion. And opinion कहाँ से आएंगे? रीडिंग से आएंगे जो आप कर रहे हैं, and the kind of content sessions you are providing them. And my advice is that keep on attending these content sessions so that you are aware of, you are able to create your opinions. और इसके लिए मेजर जो events हैं उनका summary अपने आप लिखो and have your take on this. आपने सारा editors के views पढ़ लिए सारे, and what is your take? Being a manager, now if you have to lead, if you have to make a choice, if you have to take a decision on this matter, what would be your choice? What would be your decision? यहाँ से आपका personality assess होगा. ज्यादातर लोग general awareness में करते हैं, they start giving factual stuff. So this war started 2-3 years back, and these many people died in Ukraine, these many people died in Russia, and this is the economic loss suffered by these 2 countries, and this is very dangerous, this is very horrible, it's against humanity. अरे भाई वो तो हमको भी पता है, लेकिन अब तुम्हारा क्या take है, and how to avoid, what would be the solution? थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में बताना हमें ओपिनियन के बारे में जरूरी होता है. सो इंटरव्यू में तो सर यही होता है. इंटरव्यू में दे वांट टू चेक योर टेक ऑन वेरियस सब्जेक्ट्स, वेरियस इश्यूज.
So I'll take a couple of minutes here, sir, and add inputs. So you very rightly said that be proud of, I am just rephrasing it, be proud of what you've done.
Yes.
So I was interacting with one of my seniors of B school. She's currently the HR head, and I like to give 2 examples here. So this is the first example. Right. I was interacting with one of the HR heads. She's a senior from my B school. Right. Now she's a humanities background. Okay, right. Never studied maths. I did it from an ordinary college. But how did she benefit? Because she was interacting with the most rowdy people around her. Okay, I would say she was actually from a bad college only. So
Right.
someone doing it from, one of the tier 3 cities, I would not say even Chandigarh, Chandigarh ki bhi bahar se, she was doing it from there, has gone on to become the HR head.
Right.
Now, why? Because post her MBA, she got, she put her best foot forward. Post her MBA, went to the factory floor, interacted with the people working on the job floor, made her way up from there.
Right.
Now, see it. So, had she felt bad about herself, she would have closed the doors for future.
Right.
But then I would say that there was some learning which she was even getting during those 3 years when she was in a tier 3 humanities college,
Right.
going on to become an HR head.
Right.
Similarly, I'll talk about one of my clients who retired as the director of an automobile company. Okay, now head of the union, but he knew how to handle difficult situations with on the job floor.
Right.
So if you feel, this goes out for all the students, that if you feel bad about what you've done, right? Yes, you want to, and you're free to please choose your field in the future. But if you feel bad about what you've done and you're trying to hide it and say in a very simple way that main to mahan hu, no, do your homework, as sir is saying. Do your homework. There's something in you which has shaped you. It could be apart from academics, it could be apart from hobbies, because life is not a single line correlation that A will lead to B. A will not lead to B. We have to take into account the environment around us. As we say, the SWOT analysis. And he compiled in a very fantastic way when he said that they will ask you general awareness questions. Why? Because general awareness questions go on to shape your personality, right? If you only know about Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone, then might as well be in Bollywood. What are you doing here, right? How does the business environment get affected by a Russia-Ukraine war? Okay, why have the oil prices not skyrocketed this winter in Europe? What are the problems that Europe are facing? So if your company is having a couple of it's good to expect a very good package. But if you don't know, let's say if you're expecting a 1 crore package and you don't know that a particular company, how is it affected from Europe operations or US operations, or what is the equation between China and Taiwan? I mean, आप पैसे तो ले लोगे, वो 6 महीने में आपको बाहर भी निकाल देंगे,
Right.
गलती से ले भी लिया. So that's very well put it across कि you need to know about your environment as well. And so just adding here that
Right.
अगर आपको लगता है कि Hitbullseye is going to give you enough material, I'm telling you, वैसे तो होगा नहीं कि कुछ मिस कर जाएंगे ये. I have seen them for the last 20 years. They overload you. They give you so much of information. बट अगर कहीं मिस भी होता है, प्लीज, या फिर अगर उसका सेशन 1-2 दिन बाद है, आज ही गूगल करके उसके बारे में पढ़ लो. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए आपने कुछ देखा और उसको पता चलो 2 दिन बाद देखा. नो, इमीडिएटली. दैट्स व्हाट योर स्मार्टफोन्स आर फॉर. एंड एज मी एंड सर वर डिस्कसिंग, सेल्फीज लेना कम करें, सर्च करना ज्यादा करें. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी को ज्यादा शेप अप करेगा, राइट? Sir, over to you. I just wanted to highlight
great
these
examples,
points.
right, sir. But this will add to their thinking process also, that it is not that life that you have done your engineering and after doing MBA, even the learning will stop. Learning is a continuous process, and you should be open to any kind of feedback, and you should be keen learner. That's why I highlighted 5 qualities: that leadership potential, keen learner, adaptable, commitment quotient, and ultimately one trait I missed: your value system. And if they're looking at value system, it's not about your honesty, your philosophical attitude, kind of Bhagavad Gita gyan. They just want the candidate who is very punctual, well disciplined, well mannered, because it's a part and parcel of corporate sector. So they only expect 3 things out of you when it comes to your value system: that you should be punctual, well disciplined, and should always be eager to take initiatives. So these 3 or 4 things when it comes to value system, right? They are not interested in kind of that, honesty, morality, ethics. They'll teach everything there, let it be business ethics or anything. So second area, sir, when it comes to GDs, now students generally are fearful of GDs, and I don't know why they are fearful of GDs, afraid of GDs. Because the point is, in GD there are only 2 rules. The rule number 1 is that you have to speak in GDs, and rule number 2 is that there is no rule other than rule number 1. आप बहुत अच्छे स्पीकर हैं, you've got great potential in you, you've got great points also to speak, but point is that you were not able to grab the opportunity to present your points. So you were not, because of nervousness, because of anything, because of some sort of tension, because you think that you'll be mocked at while throwing the points, then you're gone. So in 15 minutes, make sure that every aspirant will get only 1 to 1.5 minutes in any GD you talk about. So at the max, we can throw 3 to 4 good points. So they'll give us time also to generate our points, and we teach them all the tricks to how to generate points. But make sure that you start with your best point, because हो सकता है आपको अगली opportunity मिले ही ना. So if you have got 3 or 4 points while brainstorming about the topic, make sure that ये पहला point है, सबसे जबरदस्त point जो मुझे आता है और मैं बोलूंगा. अगर किसी ने आपसे पहले बोल दिया, so make sure that what is your second best point, what is your third best point, what is your fourth best point. So make sure that you generate good points, and generation is again proportional to your knowledge and knowing what is happening around and your take, etc. So GD ke andar you have to speak. And if you do not speak, in spite of you being college topper or 99 percentiler or 98 percentiler, ultimately with regret, they have to reject you. With a lot of regret, they'll reject you that you were not able to show the potential. अगर आप potential 15 मिनट में दिखा पाए तो इतनी बड़ी responsibility, हजारों करोड़ों की turnover की responsibility आपको आगे आने वाले time में नहीं मिलने वाली, because you are not able to handle only 15 people. How will you handle 1500 people there in the corporate sector?
Obviously, in a corporate sector, when you're sitting with 20, 25 people, right, you have to still make a valid point. And at that time, the stakes are even higher. This could also mean you losing your job if you speak something which is rubbish. Right. So I'd like to highlight an example which will, wherein I'll give my point about GD is that, the performance in the GD starts much before the GD.
Yeah.
Ensure you reach the venue in time. Ensure that you meet all the people. Ensure that you talk to them. You understand their strengths without telling them. Okay. Ensure that before entering the GD, you say all the best to everyone. Why? You come across as a confident person. Second, they more often than not will be ready. They've accepted you as a friend psychologically.
Right.
Face them, they've accepted you as a friend. Once they've accepted you as a friend, more often than not, they'll let you speak in the GD. Once you get that 1.5 minutes which Sir's talking about, then kill it. Unfortunately, how I learned this was being on the wrong side and observing someone and being very honest.
Right.
And observing someone who was doing all this. Now, was he doing it intentionally or was he not doing it intentionally? Maybe, whatever, but he was not selected. I'll tell you why he was not selected. He started the GD, spoke all rubbish, did not let anyone else speak. But yes, let's pick up the good thing from him that he ensured everyone gives him that leadership. Okay. So लीडरशिप आप जाके उस 5 मिनट या 7 मिनट में एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर पाओगे, उससे पहले एस्टैब्लिश करोगे अपनी.
Right.
That's my limited point. And this does not only come across your group discussions for MBA B schools. This come across in the way you go about your life, right? Make friends. Your behavioral aspects go a long way in making your life successful.
Right.
Sir, am I right? You are
absolutely correct, sir. People generally, nobody in corporate sector wants to work with toxic people, arrogant people, headstrong people. So they all want, because either team wins or team loses. It's not either individual will win or lose. Either the team will win or team will lose. So team is very important in corporate sector. Nobody can win any battle all on his or her own. So it's very important to have be the part of team in initial years in the corporate sector, and to be good team player, you need to learn mannerisms. You need to be courteous, humble, modest, and agree that you know everything under the sun. Still, you have to show humbleness and modesty when it comes to professional circles. So let it be professional conversations also. Do not show that you're you think that you are superior in your next incarnation of Brahma or Vishnu. Rest all are normal, mortal human beings, and you will definitely wash them away as soon as you get the opportunity. So you need to motivate. You need to be the part. You need to tell others also to participate in GDs, in case if you think that you are a very good speaker. In case if you are a not so good or potential speaker, then as soon as you get the time, So throw your point, and it has to be the techniques. Rest is technical stuff that we teach them in GDs. That select the right time to enter the GD during the lows, or if the GD is becoming lull, then it's your responsibility. Then it's again a golden chance. You can give the direction to the GD, and then you need to give space not in terms of physical space I'm talking about. Likewise, you already mentioned that it is allowing others also to participate. It's kind of GD is kind of, what is GD? Likewise, you already mentioned that is kind of boardroom discussion. अब आपने जीडी के अंदर बाकियों को बोलने का टाइम नहीं दिया तो बाकी क्या बोलेंगे, हम लोग क्या करने आए यहाँ पे. So it's not that you'll be selected because others were not speaking and you were only speaking. पूरा ग्रुप वॉश आउट हो जाता है, पूरा ग्रुप वॉश आउट हो जाता है. That you're very average leader.
When you're talking about, sir, this, I remember, because all of us would have watched Dhoni movie, which was made, and I just, what comes to my mind is Yuvraj Singh won a match. There's a particular scene which says Yuvraj Singh won a match the night before. So
Right.
what your approach and attitude and what you aura which you create around you is going to matter a lot.
Right.
Then tone is going to help you a lot. So when is your point going to finish? Is what do you do with your tone when your point is going to finish, so that the other person can automatically enter? You can giving you another example. You can contradict the point. Yes, I agree with naming the person, but the moment you say yes, I agree with, this person is more or less going to give you the bait. Okay, and then you say but, and you put your point across, or you put a valid point across, but we need to have a look at the other side, whatever. So that's how it is, which will come with practice. So practice sessions of group discussion make a lot of difference. Right. So
and the third point, where generally now this is the third area, especially in IIMs, that is called essay writing. And this is area as a combination of your intellect also, your writing abilities also, and your ability to express yourself also. Communication, written communication abilities. So in essay writing, generally they'll give you the point topic which will move around societal issues, social issues, geopolitical issues, geoeconomic, socioeconomic issues. So make sure that students should read a lot about these major issues, because they'll be giving topics on general issues, so that everybody can write a couple of lines. Now in essay writing, it's very important, the techniques we already have told them, that essay is divided into 3 parts. We have got introduction also, then we have got 3 or 4 body paragraphs, minimum 2, maximum 4 body paragraphs, and then we have to conclude also. So while checking essay, sir, what we exactly check, and they will also check, that in the introduction we have to take a stand, whether you want to support, whether you partially agree with the topic, disagree with the topic, or you're fully completely agree or disagree. So whatever is your stand, it has to be stated in the very first paragraph, that is called intro. Or stand ko bolte hain thesis statement. So thesis should be very, very clear in the very first paragraph. This will compel readers to read further, and your first paragraph should be very impressive. Let it be some statistics, some quote, or some statistics, or some story relevant to the topic, which will motivate reader. अच्छा इसने बात करी, अब तो आगे पढ़ना पड़ेगा, ये क्या कहना चाहता है. So हम क्या check करते हैं, in the introduction, whatever stand the candidate has taken, and we check the conclusion. If stand and the conclusion is not gelling compatible with the stand he has taken initially, we'll reject the essay. इसका मतलब इसका thought process बहुत wavy है. ये start किसी और चीज से करते हैं और last में जाते हैं movement में lose कर जाता है focus, and result would be absolutely disastrous in real life also. So make sure that you learn all the tips and techniques that we teach you in our classes, essay writing classes, that introduction, thesis, your stand you have taken initially should match with the conclusion you're writing at the end of the story or essay. And rest body paragraph को generate करने के लिए essay and GD में सिर्फ इतना फर्क है. In GD you have to speak, and essay you're on your own. GD still can be faked if you've got very good voice, and you've got great outlooks also. You've got accent also while speaking. Your voice is kind of heavy, dusky. Probably you can outnumber your other participants. But point is, in essay writing, it is you and your brain and the topic. So, and essay is even more dangerous when it comes to evaluating one's psychology. The kind of examples you will choose, the kind of sentences you will pick up, and kind of words you will pick up to represent your ideas will decide your personality. जैसे हम abstract topic में सर किसी को पूछ लो, अगर आप किसी को abstract topic देते हैं ना, okay, let's say the color blue. अब blue के randomly, without giving any time, if I ask anybody तो क्या क्या उसके दिमाग में आ रहा है, तो उससे हमें ये डिफेंस फोर्सेस में दिस आल्सो वन ऑफ द टेस्ट एरिया, दे विल शो यू द पिक्चर और वर्ड फॉर अ blurred word for a 1 or 2 or 3 seconds, and they'll remove the word and picture or the picture, and
And they want you to write. Yes.
write the story. And the kind of examples and the kind of plot you create will reveal your psychology.
It's part of the psychometric section there. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
So
essay is very strong tool in order to assess one's psychology.
So I really want to understand that how would one who's really weak in, who's been really weak in
Right.
writing down, putting down his points across, how can he suddenly now, come up the curve in next 15, 20 days, a month maximum? How can they suddenly come up the curve? Because even when they were preparing for MBA, maybe they were not focusing on this section at all.
Right.
Is there a particular format in which we need to follow? Would that be taught in the sessions?
Yeah, so we generally teach our students everything inside out regarding essays, even the writing format also, that you have to start something like this. The introduction should be something like this. Body paragraphs are to be constructed like this, and the conclusion is to be written like this. But point is that content they have to fit in. Content wo likhenge. And now the content will come from the knowledge of the issue, knowledge of the topic. And believe me, they give very general topic, and we teach all the tricks like 5WH technique to generate points. 5W means what, when, how, where, what, and how. And then we teach them, if it's stuff is factual stuff, then filter technique, social, political angle of the topic, historical, legal, economic angle, technical, etc. The point generation technique. When it comes to abstract topics, let it be GD or essays, we teach them this pop beans technique. Whenever any abstract topic is given, your task is to associate with one of the areas in pop beans. Pop beans is an acronym. First, people, object, places, behavior, event, action, space, society. Pop beans. So this is generally we teach. So once they are already aware of the techniques, once they attend the sessions, and those who already attended the session, they are already aware of these techniques. But point is that points they have to write. And now that's your second answer to your second question, from how to develop these writing skills. So they can find the last year's topic on our website, previous jo IIMs mein diye hain, and pick up the topics and write essay. Let it be rough draft of this and get it checked from their mentors or teachers in the institute, and we'll edit their essays. We'll while giving the inputs and feedback, we tell them that okay, isko aise nahi aise likhna, thoda aise nahi aise likhte to zyada better hota. And there are a couple of things that we tell them in essays, that do not get too radical, do not criticize any particular government or community. You need to maintain the respect also, because most of the topics would be based on social issues, and we cannot criticize, pinpoint any community or any political party that because of these and these people and these parties India's economy is in doldrums. वो नहीं करना. अगर कोई community बोलना है तो use generic word like one of the communities here in India, one of the opposition parties or the ruling party, rather than saying BJP ने ऐसा कर दिया, कांग्रेस ने ऐसा करना था, इस community ने ऐसा कर दिया, way back 1947 में ऐसा हो गया था. So do not be so radical in your approach, because this approach is not all tolerated in the professional circles. अगर आपको याद हो सर, वो गूगल के अंदर एक एम्प्लॉय ने कुछ बोल दिया and Sundar Pichai ने उसको बाहर कर दिया था, because the comment was quite radical. I think 6-7 months back this happened, and because companies like Google, we find workers from employees from all the countries and different practicing different faith, religions, etc. So the kind of approach you should develop right now will be reflected in your essay writing also, because आप बोलते हो और लिखते हो वहां से पता लगता है. GD is still, that's why almost all IIMs they rejected GD as one of the tools to select the candidates, because GD can be easily, one can with great voice and
one can build up on the points, sir. I agree. One can build up on the points. So
four points अच्छे बोल दिए. If I ask him or her, okay, tell me your fifth point also. Your 4 points was superb. Sir, fifth तो आता नहीं है, मैं तो 4 ही याद करके आया था. But in essay, you're on your own. When you start writing something, so it has to be substantial. And मैं जनरली स्टूडेंट्स को बताता हूँ, एक ऐसे हम दिवाली का लिखते हैं 5th क्लास में, वन इन 10th क्लास, हिंदी जब हमारे पास सब्जेक्ट होता है. वी यूज्ड टू राइट ओनली 3-4 lines in our 4th 5th standard. It's celebrated in the month of winters, November, December, and we wear good clothes and we go for Lakshmi Puja, and then sweets are distributed. And 7th class में एक line होती थी कि that there are a couple of bad guys who indulge themselves in drinking and gambling. They should be avoided. 4th 5th class में ऐसे points में होते हैं ना, and in 10th class when we reach 10th class we write in paragraphs. So अगर आपको points का ऐसे आया लिखा हुआ है, paragraph कैसे है, anybody can judge कि ये 4th 5th standard का बच्चा है और ये 10th class का बच्चा है. So your essay should reflect your maturity, your potential, your intellectual quotient also, the kind of examples you pick up to prove your point or disapprove your point. So it's very important. So essay writing techniques में उनको लिखो, उनको points को pick up random. ऐसे भी have given 100-150 topics, general topics also, topics from actual topics also from different institutes. They pick up and they should write. अगर 7-8 ऐसे लिख लेंगे वो लोग तो उन्हें confidence आ जाएगा, flow बन जाएगा. Please do not think that at the time of when the topic is announced, when you come, will be given the topic and you'll be able to think the points. No, homework करना बहुत जरूरी है. वहाँ नहीं आएंगे points, ही नहीं याद आएंगे, tension में नहीं आने वाले यार. Until
I've seen many faculties at Hitbullseye do this, because I've seen people who did not attend these classes, even when loaded with facts and figures, could not communicate their point across to the panel. So when you do these, write these 7-8 essays and get them checked by a faculty, and you attend the sessions, there has to be concentrated effort. You will definitely be able to do it. So sirs rightly put it across that this is the way, even if for a student who's loaded with facts and figures, that what is the way to write a professional essay. So 5 minutes on SOP as well, a few minutes on SOP as well, because we've covered most of the points, and I'll welcome all the students to keep asking questions so that I can ask Rajiv sir about them. But sir, 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes for SOP, so that we can start compiling the session.
Right. So, SOP is called statement of purpose, sir. And it is consisting of 3 very prominent areas. First, a couple of lines, who you are. These lines are only important for the sake of introduction. Whenever I'm reading anything written by someone else, I should know the name, at least name of that guy or his educational background, that who has written this. So SOP, statement of purpose, is consisting of 3 very prominent areas. First few lines, why about you, your introduction, and prominent area, 80% of the area is covered by the journey so far, your achievements so far. The keyword is achievements. यूनिवर्सिटी में, कॉलेज में आपका अचीवमेंट्स क्या रहा, इंटर्नशिप एंड प्रोजेक्ट्स, वो आपका मेजर हिस्सा होता है उसके अंदर. एंड यू नीड टू बी प्रेजेंट दीज आउटकम्स ऑफ योर इंटर्नशिप प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड रिजल्ट इन अ क्वांटिफाइड मैनर. यू स्कोर्ड फर्स्ट पोजीशन in 10th class and you were a university topper. ठीक है, तो क्वांटिफाई करना जरूरी है एसओपी के अंदर, because they will be just looking at the keywords: college topper, school topper, cricket captain, great debater, orator. Keywords, very important to use the keywords in your SOP, because they'll not be interested in reading the entire thesis written by you, and it should not exceed to 1 to 2 page. 2 pages at the max SOP, because at the stage of 21-22 उनका इतने achievements होता भी नहीं है. So it's all about academic achievements and all about extracurricular and curricular achievements. So उनको quantify करना बड़ा जरूरी है. ये हो गया second part. Third part is, at what point of time this thought came to your mind that you wanted to go for MBA? कहाँ से वो जर्नी का कनेक्ट जुड़ता है, that while doing engineering or while doing BCom, BSc, agricultural sciences, medical sciences, at what point of time this thought came to your mind that कनेक्ट देना जरूरी है. Randomly एक दिन मैं उठा और मुझे लगा मुझे MBA करना है, क्योंकि मैं कुछ पसंद नहीं आ रहा था. तो वो कनेक्ट, and the third part of this should show the MBA, how this idea came to your mind, and एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट बात एसओपी के अंदर, एंड एट प्रेजेंट व्हाट यू हैव डन टिल नाउ टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ फॉर दिस करियर. मतलब अगर आपको लग रहा था आपने एमबीए करना है, एमबीए में वी नीड लीडरशिप ट्रेट्स, वी नीड गुड ओरेटरी स्किल्स आल्सो, मोटिवेशनल स्किल्स आल्सो, यू नीड टू हैव एबिलिटी टू एम्पावर योर पीपल आल्सो. तो ऐसे कुछ एग्जांपल्स हम पहले जो सेकंड हिस्सा मैंने बोला उसमें यू नीड टू गिव दिस एग्जांपल दैट यू आर डूइंग अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ होमवर्क फ्रॉम योर ओन साइड टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ फॉर योर नेक्स्ट करियर. एंड काफी लोगों को सर ये गलतफहमी होती है कि दैट एमबीए करना, डूइंग एमबीए इज योर करियर गोल. नो, एमबीए इज नॉट योर करियर गोल. एमबीए विल हेल्प यू इन
MBA is a
achieving your
platform.
career goal.
MBA is a platform.
Yeah, MBA is only platform. It will prepare you for this corporate sector. And last in the last couple of lines, we need to write about the institute also, that achievements of the institute, and you'll be more than fortunate if you get the opportunity to do MBA from this institute. And this will, with this line, we close the SOP, statement of purpose. So statement of purpose, from the name, it is very clear. Purpose. Why this move? You are already doing fine, so go and try something else. Why you're coming here? So this statement of purpose will clearly define your agenda, your thought process, and ultimately your determination. अगर यहाँ select नहीं हुआ तो मैं कहीं और से MBA, इस बार नहीं हुआ तो अगली बार पक्का फिर MBA करूंगा. यहाँ नहीं हुआ तो मेरे और भी मैंने जगह इंटरव्यूज दे रखे हैं, वहां भी मैंने सबमिट किया, यहाँ नहीं होगा तो वहां भी हो जाएगा. So any potential candidate अगर हुआ तो सर कोई भी कॉलेज लूज नहीं करना चाहता होगा, ये कैंडिडेट मेरे पास होना चाहिए. After 2 years when I'll present this candidate to the companies coming to my colleges, they'll be thanking me. They'll be more than obliged that क्या candidate आपने दी है, क्या batch निकाला है इस बार. So you need to present determination, objective clarity, and your traits. तो SOP क्या होता है सर? Introduction को हम document जब करते हैं, it's called statement of purpose. Technically speaking, the introduction, if you document your introduction in a chronological manner, logical manner with clear objective, it is called statement of purpose.
Exactly. So at least the times have changed. What 20 years back they were, you will be able to excel in whatever you do. You puts in their hard work. You want to do a PhD, you'll excel. If you determined to become an IPS officer, you'll become. Right? Mm-hmm. What is that? What motivates you to actually do an MBA? Those times are gone. Even a painter can now be successful, and it's those 20-year back times are gone. So why actually really you want to do an MBA is what you need to sit down and think about if you've not thought about. And statement of purpose automatically follows, as sir says.
Right.
So I'll give an example, sir, before we start concluding with your permission.
Right.
So, I had a friend who, when I was doing my MBA, rather preparing for my MBA, she used to see an IPS officer, get motivated. I'll become an IPS officer.
Right.
Okay. Because there were 3-4 policemen always with that person. Okay. But you need to understand that the position which that person is in is a position of responsibility.
Yeah.
Right. You are not wanting to become something just because you have 3-4 people around you who are just there to boost your ego, for that matter, or you think that gives you a status in the society. You are there to achieve something. So the moment you understand why do you want to do MBA to achieve something is statement of purpose. Rightly said by sir, it's a platform. And what is your ultimate goal? This platform is going to help you achieve that ultimate. So whatever sir said, I've just picked it up from there. The way everyone does it in a group discussion, there's an intelligent fellow. The other fellow just picks it up.
You have got also great years of experience in the corporate sector. You were there practically.
That's okay, sir. Whichever way students understand, our ultimate objective is to make them get through. It's not we might be Rahul Dravid, we might be Ravi Shastri, but ultimately the players have to excel.
Right.
So that's the whole thing. Sir, anything which is left? Otherwise, I'll request you to start concluding. What do you...
right now, point is write all the things that you are lacking right now. Let it be your behavioral traits or communication skills or confidence or the knowledge. Start working on your shortcomings right now so as to be fully confident, completely confident while facing, let it be GDs or PIs or SC writing. That's it, sir. Should know and should work on.
I think just everything is there. Even if you had a bad academic, what you put forward across, if you've been good in academics, put academics across. If you've had good hobbies, put something across in hobbies. But you have it in you, we cannot create something which is new. बच्चे वो तो बैठ के आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. Am I right, sir? सोच के उसके बाद राजीव सर का हाथ पकड़ना है, किसी और फैकल्टी का हाथ पकड़ना कि मुझे गाइड कर दो. ये है मेरे रिज्यूमे में. That's it. So that is how it is, sir. Request you if you can start concluding. We're left with few minutes. If any questions are there, please, if you've not been able to answer them, please feel free to ask them. Last shout out to all the students who are listening to us. Right, sir. So please, over to you. What do you think to conclude? Yeah.
So ultimately, if I take this MBA and the GDP rounds, etc., everything aside, everything is about confidence. Ultimately, everything boils down to confidence. And I'm not talking about the overconfidence. I'm talking about the confidence with substance. Your personality, your thought process should show substance in you. कि मैं अगर किसी से बात कर रहा हूँ, that I'm interacting with 21-year-old guy, 22-year-old guy, I should feel that the person has got great maturity at this age and is ready to take the world head on. So right now, everything boils down to confidence. How confidently you present yourself during interviews, during GDs, and some of the questions. It's not. It is highly likely that couple of questions we shall not be able to answer during the question itself. In spite of all our best homework, best preparation, there would be certain questions that we shall not be able to answer or answer satisfactorily as per their expectation. So, point is, whenever you find this situation getting into and you getting into the situation, make sure that you do not lose your confidence. I've seen very intelligent student and top scorers, they were not able to handle the entire interview somewhere because they were not able to answer a couple of questions as per their expectation. So we all are human beings, and there's no rule in this world that every person, every 21-year-old guy who has been shortlisted by the university should know, colleges should know everything under the sun. बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जो हमें नहीं पता हो सकती या कभी भी रिकॉल नहीं होती. For example, in academics question, let's say if anyone, the panel has asked something from your first semester and that was very basic even, and if you're not able to answer, then it's fine. हो सकता है recall ना हुआ हो. So please do not lose your confidence in case if you're not able to answer 3 questions in succession. तो ऐसा क्या होता है सर, फोर्थ क्वेश्चन को बोलते हैं 3 तो मैंने आंसर किए नहीं है, फोर्थ में थोड़ा सा फ्लूक करते हैं. Likewise, you mentioned that do not try to play over smart there because they have taken already interviews of lakhs of candidates. They know ये अब ये घुमाने की कोशिश कर रहा है.
No one
Say
can
sorry and move ahead.
No one can outsmart the panel. You're a foolish person even if you think so.
हाँ, आप कॉलेज में बेस्ट एक्टर का अवार्ड लिया, आप कॉलेज में बड़े पॉपुलर हैं, फाइन, एग्रीड, and you have got great marketing skill also, conviction आपके अंदर बहुत ज्यादा है, but do not think that you will be able to fool those learned people. They have seen n number of candidates like you, so it is all about your knowledge potential, and we do not expect 21-year-old guy to be the great competitor for Elon Musk at this point of age, or Satyanarayan Murthy or Satya Nadella. वो ऐसे एकदम 21 साल के बच्चे से हम ये expect नहीं करते, but at least they should have clear-cut objectives why they want to go for this course. So ultimately, everything boils down to confidence, and confidence proportional to knowledge. That's why we say the knowledge is power.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So, sir, I like to conclude with just a couple of points.
Yes, please, sir.
It's your clarity of thought process. Yes. Which takes you places. At least by now, you've understood. Even if you're a PM Modi or even if you're Mr. Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, you have to work hard. You cannot be a prime minister and not work hard, or you cannot be a candidate for a prime minister and not work hard. Okay, so whatever you choose to do, work hard. Don't try to outsmart the panel. You will be the most foolish person of the on this earth. Instead, there's enough time. We know what past questions have been asked. Be very rigorous. Read those questions. Take faculty's help. There are more than enough people at Hitbullseye with 20 years or plus experience, 15 years experience. I was reading yesterday, someone's completed 10 years. So, that's the quality of team which there at Hitbullseye. Just reach out for help. Right? The first thing is understand that you don't know it and reach out for help. That's all from my side, sir. If you feel I've missed something, otherwise
nothing. You haven't missed anything, sir. Absolutely marvelous.
Am I right, sir? Even Rahul Gandhi has to walk length and breadth of the country to get the country. Yes,
right.
You cannot be anyone if you're not working hard.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
Great. Thank you so much for a great session, sir. Look forward to see you soon again.
Yeah.
All the best to all our students. A very happy Lodi to you and everyone.
Right.
That's where we conclude and we let them go for Lodi. Right.
Our pleasure, sir. Happy Lodi to all of you and all students, and all the best from my side even. And see you next time around.
Bye, there's no bigger happiness for faculties to see students succeed.
Absolutely.
Yes. So please reach out for help. We're there. Thank you.
Right.
Bye, sir.
Thank you all. Bye. Bye.